And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the upper bracket finals of the Logic Games number 2. And here we have our two top players here. We have had a grueling tournament so far. We've had the upper bracket, the lower brackets. We are here to determine our first finalist. Who's it going to be? Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Alcyone, we have our red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Polish Protoss player. Not Mana, not this time. Mana is in the lower bracket, currently facing off against Christiana. But here we have a different Polish Protoss representing Storm Gaming. It is Gerald. Let's go. Again, we have 4 players left in the tournament. We have these two, Gerald and Nicoract, in the upper half of the brackets, or in the upper brackets. And we have Mana and Christiana in the lower bracket. So we have 3 Protoss and 1 Terran. And it's not just 3 Protoss, it's the 3 top Polish Protoss players as well. The Polish Protoss posse has congregated here in the Logic Games. Oh boy, can we stop the PvP finals? Can Nicoract represent Terran in those finals? Again, in the name of, a little bit of diversity with Terran and Protoss, I would love to see a non-mirror matchup finals, but we'll see. We'll see if it can be done. The pressure is on. What I will say though is that thankfully, because this is in the upper brackets, neither of these players will be eliminated. The winner of Mana versus Christiana will go up against the loser of this series. So these two, they have a second life down there in the lower brackets. They have another chance. But now it's going to be a double gas opener. Double gas opener out of Nicoract, going for a faster factory, going for a delayed command center. God, honestly, I miss this map. We've been casting StarCraft all day, and I think this is the first time I'm casting on Alcyone. It's crazy. I actually do miss it. Feels good to be back. Back at home, we have a gate expanded to Cybercore here from our Protoss. Oh, sorry, gate cyber expand even from Gerald. Zealot moving out towards the left-hand side is going to be avoiding the main scouting pattern. This Zealot does avoid the Zelnaga, which means as the Reaper moves out, the Zealot moves in. And with this Zealot, we can try and delay the command center and disrupt the opener. We can see that the command center, thankfully for Nicoract, is on the high ground. It is safe and sound on the high ground. Zealot is spotted. We do kite back, and the CC won't be disrupted, will not be disturbed. So very fortunate there for Nicoract. Meanwhile, the Reaper does try to get some economic damage done. Shield battery is thrown down. Geralt will defend, will deflect the initial aggression. When it comes to our take of choice, we have yet to commit. Pro moving in, and there it is. It is going to be a Twilight Council opener from the side of Geralt. We're going to be seeing some blink. We are going to be seeing some blink action here from our Protoss. I mean, DT openers are not unheard of, but they're very uncommon, and Geralt doesn't strike me as that kind of player. He's not that wild, he's not that chaotic. Not enough to open up DT. I want to believe. But now though, Nicoract could be reinforcing. Again, with that faster factory, we have our Hellion into Cyclone. Zealot's going to be going down. We do pull back that Hellion as well. Nice control out of Nicoract. Oh my god. As he does pick up the Adept. Trying to chase down some of those Stalkers. Has control of the Zelnaga. Behind this, we're building up towards early tank production. Very early tank production actually here from Nicoract. And working towards that medevac, working towards drop play. As we have our drop getting ready here from the Terran side. Across the map, we do see a commitment into gateways. Okay, I was expecting a 2-gate opener out of Geralt, but that is not 2 gateways. That is a 3rd gateway on the way. So 3-gate blink from our Protoss. Did I say 3? We have a hidden 4th gateway on the left-hand side. Very cheeky here from Geralt. He splits up his gateways, makes it difficult to scout, and he's committing with a very aggressive build. 4-gate blink, the ideal here is to deflect against the initial push, to counterattack, and to break into the main. Or just break the Terran. Nicoract still piecing this together. Drop into the main base. We'll get eyes on some of these gates. Yeah, 3 gateways are confirmed. There are Stalkers in position. We take down one of the Stalkers. A Cyclone lock-on. Cashes out 2 Stalkers. 2 Stalkers go down. We do get the medevac. It's a one-way trip, and boys are being pulled. Probes are going down. We will clean this up, but at the cost of 7, at the cost of 8 probes. Aye. And we're not done. Oh yeah, we're done. Okay, we're going to be able to catch one more probe. 9 in total. Now, again, that third gateway was hidden on the left-hand side, but Nicoract should be getting ready nonetheless. We have... Oh my, we're pulling the boys! Wait, what? Okay, calm down. Calm down. Bit of an overreaction. We pull back. We have a bunker on the low ground. We have a tank as well. In the main base, we have a bunker on the way. Again, you can see this is a late reaction out of Nicoract. Nicoract feels not ready for this. He needs some time. He needs a little bit more time to prepare. But it looks like he is ready. We have a line of 3 tanks and 2 bunkers. Nicoract should be able to hold on. Meanwhile, Gerald gonna be diving in. He blinks. Delays that bunker. Ooh, takes some big volleys to the face. Bunker is delayed. We slip behind the mineral line, going for the would-be eBay. Once again delaying, but another tank shot goes in. Get the Banshee across the map. Gonna be harassing. Yeah, and Nicoract holds. Gerald, he gets completely forced out of the main. And Nicoract, he's looking good. Looking strong. Deflects the army, defends his 2-base setup. Gerald back at home, his 3rd base is heavily delayed. And we're going for 4 more gateways. Oh my god, this is an all-in. Gerald, he had a choice. Gerald, he could have thrown down an expansion, but no, he throws down 4 more gates instead. That's going to be an 8-gate setup. Now, it looks like Gerald, he will still expand, but that's a pretty hefty amount of gateways. Okay, there we go. We do have our Templar Archives on the way. Moving forward, we snipe a tank. Not bad. Not bad at all. There's that 3rd base from Gerald. It is late, so let me say that at least, but it is on the way. Which is more than I can say with the 3rd base of Nicoract. As there is no 3rd CC. So again, I'm sure that came into the that factored into Gerald not throwing down his expansion as quickly as he could have. Making sure he can keep up with the production of Nicoract. As that's 2 more Raxes, by the way. Here, hidden behind the mineral line. Nicoract, it looks like we don't plan to expand. There's no 3rd CC yet, and I don't think we're getting it anytime soon. How many tanks are we on? 4. We're on 4 tanks. Stim and combat shields are on the horizon, and Nicoract, he might decide to pull the boys with this. I'm curious. Curious if he will. Banshee from behind. Ooh, Storm is on the way. Nicoract does have the supply lead. Is unsieging, is pushing. The Observer does confirm. Gerald spots the main army. Will kite away. Patching a couple of Marines. And Nicoract, we may as well get the 3rd base behind this on location. Prism slips into the main. Viking not able to stop this. Yeah, Prism goes down. A couple of Zealots are dropped. Sorry, a couple of Marines are dropped. Zealots, sorry. That's what I meant to say. Look, it's 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. in the morning. Nicoract moving out. But Gerald, thanks to that gateway explosion, he's ready for this. We have Zealots, we have Stalkers, we have Storm. It is done. Reinforcements are on the way. There's that 3rd CC. Finally in production here for Nicoract. But we are committed. We are going to be committed here. So the tanks are encroaching upon that 3rd. But here come the Storms. We're in the Prism. And we dive in. We blink on 4. The Zealots, they collapse on top of the tanks. But we don't go for the Storms. Nicoract, he just breaks on through. Now we get some Storms, but it may just be too late. The splits from Nicoract, a little bit too good. Big Storm on the army. But we break through. GG gets called. Nicoract collapsing on top of the 3rd, and Nicoract takes game number 1. Whew, oh my god. GG. Again, Nicoract did so well for himself defending against the initial push. Defending against the 4-gate blink. But not just that. Getting economic damage done. Getting so much done early on. With his drop. In the early game. And with that, it led into that 2-base all-in. Yes, Nicoract was throwing down a 3rd CC, but it was very committed play there on 2 bases. Nicoract did overwhelm Gerald. Again, the Storms were a little bit too late. They were lackluster as well. And now Nicoract is one game away from advancing on into the grand finals. Uno más, papi. Uno más is all he needs. Here we go. Meanwhile, the pressure is on Gerald. As a reminder, this is a best of 3. Winner advances on to those finals. Should have shown this earlier. I should. But you can see how the bracket has lined up here. Our final 4. Our top 4 in the Logic games. With Nicoract, Gerald, Mana, and Cristiano. For those that are curious, Cristiano and Mana, they're currently mid-series. They are mid-series. And we might be able to catch the tail end of that after this match wraps up. Maybe, depending on how fast and how slow things are. Depending on how things line up. As you can hear the beeps, we have game number 2 ready for us. We're loading in to Oceanborn. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our red Protoss player representing Storm Gaming. Down in the series, he needs to fight back here and now to force that ace match. It is Gerald. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. Leading the series 1-0, 1 game away from those finals. It is Nicoract. You can hear there, the time is getting to me a little bit. Getting to me, Pat. Who is a Mana Manager for? People asking in the chats. But yeah, Mana, he is the player manager, I believe, for Team Liquid nowadays. Which basically means he organizes the team, and I believe he sets up the player lineups and the roster for WTL, for example, for all their Team League matches. And I'm sure he does more than that. I'm sure he does make sure that players are accommodated for. Sure, if they need any support, any kind of practice or anything like that, then he organizes that for them as well. Of course, back in the day, that used to be TLO, but TLO has since left Team Liquid for quite some time now. So used to do that back in the day. But now we're settling into our game. We're settling in, Papi. It's going to be a gate cyber expand here from Gerald. Meanwhile, Nicoract going for an economic opener, going for a Rax expand. We're calming things down here in game 2. Calming down. I'm just catching up with the chat. Mostly the pink Polish Protoss posse. Mostly. We're missing a couple of them. We're missing Arts. We're missing Papi. They weren't here, unfortunately. Once again, Gerald's going for that first Zealot. Did the same thing in game 1, and once again he gets caught out. Here comes that Adept. Does zone away the Reaper, keeps the Zealot alive, and we're making our way across the map. The goal here is to delay the command center. We'll see if we can. Today, if you polish a Protoss player, it becomes Gerald. Oh no. Maybe. I can't handle all the P's in the chat. As the command center does complete, does get up and running. Do have a follow-up Rax in the main base and a 3C. Oh god, it's gonna be 3CC3 Rax. There it is. We saw this earlier today in the previous series in Nicoract versus Cristiano. We saw this in Nicoract versus Cristiano on side Delta. Again, this is a very trendy build, and Nicoract is very fond of it. Oh, the Mule! Mule gets focused down. Very nice pick up there from Gerald. Zell comes in from behind, gets targeted as well. The Adept is forced back. But again, 3 CC, 3 racks. We saw that this hits like a truck, by the way. If Gerald is unprepared, if he's unaware, then the game can end then and there when it comes to the stim timing. That's what happened against Cristiano, if you recall, in that ace match. I do recommend the VOD if you're curious. The way this works is it's a very economic build. It's not all in by any means, and it is going to delay the 3 racks. Usually a 3 racks will hit a little bit earlier, as we're not going to be, as we typically don't delay the racks for too long for the CC. So this is going to hit a little bit later, but it's still going to hit insanely hard with Marauders, with Marines, with Stim. On Gerald to slow it down. We can see back at home he's going for a Blink opener with that Twilight Council, followed by the Robo and the Bay before the expansion. A very safe play. Very safe build here from Gerald. He delays his 3rd base in favor of the Bay and in favor of the safety Immortal. Some players will take the faster 3rd base instead, but Gerald playing it safe. This does mean that he will have a Colossus for the sim time. Or at least he should. The Bay is done, Immortal's about to pop out, 3rd base is on the way, and we should be starting a Colossus immediately after this Immortal. And Stim is halfway done. There's that Immortal, it's on the way, it's being chronoed as we speak. So we will have it in time. The Observer does confirm the build, we get eyes on the 3rd CC and the 3-rack setup. So Geralt is fully aware. Now, even though Geralt is going to be ready for this initial timing, and he should survive this, Nicoract he's not all in. Remember, he's got a 3rd base, so he can expand, take a 3rd base. Nicoract, he doesn't have to commit. Once he realizes the defensive setup, Nicoract can retreat, back off, and pull, and just get his 3rd. Just establish his 3-base setup. Meanwhile, here comes that bio push. It's 14 Marines and 6 Marauders. We are moving out. And we do have Stim. And back at home, we do have our shield batteries finishing up just in time. So we're going to have a shield battery, we're going to have an overcharge, we have an Immortal, a Colossus, and a Force Field. And a couple even. We're going for the dive! We threaten the dive, but it looks like we should be able to hold on. Shield battery does finish up in time. The Colossus pulls back, and we clean up the Marines, we clean up the bio. Forcing out a Stim even, and yeah, we're going to lose everything. We're going to bleed out every single Marauder. Very nice defense here by Gerald. We'll shut down the army, and now we go for a counterattack, and now Nicoract is in trouble. Remember, I was saying that Nicoract, once he saw the Colossus, he doesn't have to commit. He can just pull back. But he committed. That's the problem here, is that Nicoract, he did go for the kill, and he didn't kill Gerald. He may have killed himself. Here he comes. Gerald does get eyes on the 4th, forcing a cancel. Good pick off. What do we have to defend? No bunker, no tank, no Widow Mines. We do have a good chunk of Marauders, though. Likewise, Gerald has to be careful. We're going to be going off. We're reinforcing on the front lines. Show us that Nova. How good is it going to be? We step forward. Not quite getting any SCVs, but zoning back the army. Yeah, the boys are being pulled. We go for the Stim. Very nice movement here from Gerald. Never goes off. Ooh, the Disruptor's targeted down. We go for the Colossus. Colossus goes down as well. Gerald overextending a little bit there, but we're running out of bio. The boys are falling one after the other. GG gets called. Gerald punishes Nicoract for his committed push, and Gerald ties up the series 1-1. GG. GG, well played. Again, Nicoract, he did throw away so much with his first sim timing, and he didn't need to. Upon seeing the army, upon seeing the setup, we needed to make a tough decision then and there to pull back. Instead, we went for it, and we lost everything as a result. And with that, I mean, you could also argue as well that because of Geralt's opener, and because he was rushing into faster Colossus, that it was going to be a difficult hold anyway. Even if Nicoract had pulled back, like, defending there would have been a tough ask. And with that, we're going to the ace match. We're going all the way to game number 3. Let's go. Let's go. How are you running, Lights? Coffee or weed? Look at the hour. It's 5:30 a.m. in the morning, Poppy. Oh my god. To be fair, I have been getting ready for this sleep schedule. What did I cast the other day? I casted the House Open Cup. Yeah, I casted the House Open Cup. So I've been getting ready for this, but I would love some sleep at some point. That'd be nice. It's fine. We're fine, Papi. We're fine. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amphion, we have our red Polish Protoss player representing Storm Gaming, tying things up 1-1, forcing the ace match. It is Gerald. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes, being forced into Game 3, but can we bounce back? It is Nicoract. Here we go. It all comes down to this. It all comes down to Amphion. Now, as a reminder, the winner of this series will advance on to the grand finals. The loser will have another chance, another shot against another Polish Protoss player. There is either Mana or Christiana waiting in that lower bracket. Who's it gonna be? We'll find out. We'll get there. We will get there. Inca Cola. Oh, I wish. I wish I was fueled by Inca Cola. No, I after WTL, so after World Team League, fun fact, this is our third broadcast of the day. We started with Master Swan Open, followed by WTL, followed by this, followed by the Logic Games. I could have casted more. I made the decision not to cast KSL. KSL was earlier today, the Korean StarCraft League. I made the decision not to just because I knew that it was going to be a long night. And I'm going to be catching up with replays for the KSL in a couple of days. So I'm going to be covering the Korean StarCraft League via replays during the week. And yeah, because of that, we're good. We're okay. we're holding onto our heads tightly. Yeah. Until then, it is going to be a double gas opener this time. Oh, interesting. Double gas into a faster factory. We have a reactor on the way, and this could be Reactor Reaper Hellion from our Terran player. There's our CC on the high ground just to be safe. It's not a one base all in. It's not on mono. And we'll see if we commit into Hellion Reaper here and how many waves we make. Meanwhile, back at home, we do have our Gate Cyber Expand. Or Gate Expand into Cybercore. Standard opener out of Gerald. Very secure. Yep, we're going to be making Reapers. So this is either going to be triple Reaper, double Hellion, or we can go up to 5 Reapers. Like, we can commit quite heavily here into Reaper production. Into 5 Reaper, 3 Hellion instead. We'll see how aggressive we want to be. We'll keep an eye on Nicoract. Back at home, Gerald's going into Twilight Castle. It's going to be a Blink-based opener. How many gateways? Yet to be determined. It's going to be Blink nonetheless from Gerald. Back at home, okay, it's only going to be 3. So triple Reaper, double Hellion here from Nicoract. The goal of this composition, or the goal of this force, is to get across the map, bust up the ramp into a mineral line, and get some economic damage done, and get some scouting information as well. And we're moving out. Adepts across the map. We do have a Stalker on the high ground. We don't have the Sim City here to wall off. And we're going for the Stalker. Up! Yeah, shield battery is in position, or is done in time. And we dive into the main base. 1 Hellion goes down. And how many probes can we kill? How good is the split? So far, 2, 3, 4 probes going to be falling. Up, barely 4 towards the end. We got 5. And looks like we're not going to get much more than that. 5 probe kills, and we do manage to get away. We got a full lap here of the main, so we got eyes on the tech. We're fully aware of Blink. We've seen the lack of gateways. Nicoract will retreat. Or tries to rotate back in, but is going to be denied. Back at home, building up a tank Banshee count. Interesting. I'm curious if we're going to commit into a 2-base all-in. I mean, we've seen a lot of tank Banshee play here these past couple of months. We saw it even earlier today from both Maru and Clem in their WTL matches. Seen a lot of tank Banshee and TVP. Back at home, we have a Gateway Explosion. It wasn't just 2 Gate Blink, we're going up to 3 Gate Blink Stalker into a third, a very safe build. We have an extra Gateway for extra warp ins for map control. Speaking of, Gerald is moving out with those Blink Stalkers. This is not as committed as 4 Gate Blink, like we saw in Game 1, but aggressive nonetheless. Here we go. Gerald moves out. At the same time, Nicoract moving in, and we pull the boys. We spoke about it. The tanks and the Banshees, they're joining forces. They're pushing towards the natural. At the same time, those Stalkers, they slip into the main. And things are about to get awkward. SCVs are going down. At the same time, we committed to the natural. We don't have that Immortal. The Pylon. It's an Artosis Pylon. It's going to be focused down. We depower everything at the natural. The Robo, the Gateways. There's only 1 Gateway powered. Boys are going down. We force a recall back home. And Nicoract, he catches Gerald completely with his pants down. We have a third base, but the third does not matter. As we camp in the production. Again, only 1 Gateway. Only 1 Stalker can reinforce at a time. And Gateways are falling one after the other. We have a Dark Shrine on the way. And there we go. 2 more gates as well. And Nicoract, we need to keep going. We need to get more done. Start to step ourselves forward. We have the Dark Shrine behind the natural. We are slowly pushing in. Oh, and can we deny these gateways? Yeah, the tanks, they do siege. Even if the Dark Shrine finishes, we can't warp in. We have the overcharge, but the pylon goes down. We have 0 gateways. We have 0 gates left. 0 gateways powered. We're down to 3 Stalkers, and it looks like Nicoract, he has done it again. Even with this Dark Shrine, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Not anymore. Boys are being pulled. Banshee's going ham. And it looks like we're getting a Terran in the finals. We focus on every single Stalker. GG gets called, and Nicoract takes down Gerald 2-1. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Nicoract as he does advance on. We have a Terran confirmed for the finals. Gah, papi, gah. GG, well played. I was concerned it was going to be a PvP. I mean, I love PvP, to be fair. Do love it. But is going to be a Terran confirmed for the finals. And which Protoss player will face off against him? Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the pack yourselves. Congratulations to Nicoract, again pulling off the 2-base all-in. He got across the map unscouted, and Gerald was caught with his pants down. His army was across the map. He had nothing at home to defend. That Artosis Pylon was exposed. We dove on it. We won the game. GG, well played. You can see here behind this, we have our 3 players remaining. Let me slip into some DMs and make sure I don't get left behind.